So, see Claus Winkler. For some reason, the video stopped. This is an art video, an art performance also. I have to say this for the German laws, just to secure myself, you know. We're living in totalitarian times. And they come for the free thinkers like me who never wanted to be part of the system, though I'm painting things which look like system in a way. Me with when you interpret my work as sick in terms of ill, yes, I'm passive aggressive in terms anti-leftist, anti-whites, in terms, you know, so the sick frequency makes the pendulum goes so far to the left that the left, aka the anti-whites, overplay their cards, and then it goes in the other direction, and hopefully in a way that we can start preserving ourselves. Anyway, this is a wall painting from 1989 from a hip-hop jam I painted in Koblenz. 1 or 2 years earlier, I was there a few kilometers away from there, stationed when I was a soldier. This painting says SEAK, S-E-A-K, and this also says SEAK. This is a paper piece from 2013 to 2006. This is a piece from 1990. But on the background, it is painted full color, 3D complex, high tech from 2013 to 2006. These are pieces I featured already in other videos. This is a piece from 2011. And I was so traumatized by the color perfection that I had to come up with something dirty a few years later, just to make myself clear that I can also like those dirty, unpopular colors, and because that's what's unusual, surprising colors. Plus, probably I was getting too much positive reactions for this. So, and I don't know, I'm resonating then also with losing or something, or to steal myself the success. Yeah, which, I don't know, creates, it's like a little bit maybe a frequency of a good captain who learns to sail in difficult seas on difficult weather. And I was sailing when I was a child, and I was into maritime history too. This is a SEAK style from, was it 2021, but it's still work in progress. I mean, I did like highlights a few days ago. And there you go, that's the back side. There you go. Overthrow the government here. No, the government. So there's another piece that's from '97, painted live at a hip hop jam in Heidelberg under the bridge. This is also nice colors. It has some kind of like Africa core, desert war aesthetic, or Italy 1944. I think that was in Bremen or Antwerp or somewhere. I don't know. Probably also late 90s. I'm showing you this that you can relate to where I'm coming from with my work. So you can get an understanding for my the way I'm painting, and because you know this is basically the same thing that, as I'm showing you here. You know, this is the same. This is SEAK style, S-E-A-K. And yes, the K looks always, most of the time or often my K looks like a shortened version of the Wehrmacht or the Waffen-SS wing, or maybe Air Force. Like, I would say, strong, white, masculine, military, warrior, etc. aesthetic. Or it's not that I'm painting universalistic. It's the problem is, I mean, this is like graffiti suggests this when you come from that, but you always end up in your identity in a way. That's what I reckoned at some point. But the thing is also, it's difficult to then go into details and paint something traditional with a medium like the spray can. Especially when you have to paint fast, when you have your own style, when everything is so round. So you have to learn to think indirectly how also your paintings are working. That's a nice photo too. I don't know. So taking photos here. Beautiful photos. Yeah, this painting is also here in the studio. I don't know where it's in another room. It's upstairs, I think. And I painted it also on the back side. This is from in Ostwestfalen, East Westphalia, Emstor house. But they built something before that house. I heard from some girls a few like 10, 15 years ago. It was a job request or something. Yeah, this is the closer photo version from this, also a SEAK star. I should repaint, or not repaint, but paint in the style. This is a painting I did to some artist colleagues, friends from Munich, in south of Munich, in an old train wagon repairing area on wet paint, and the wet paint didn't dry it for days. It was like painting on pudding. It's crazy. It's completely crazy. And because this area was so shady, I was sporting a piece all the time in case of getting I don't know, self-protection. So another one. Just because I'm treating these pieces here so rough, it doesn't mean you have to. So I will get, and you can afford those. It sounds super arrogant, but it isn't meant like that. Well, it meant like that. And they will also can afford a proper frame and everything, custom made, of course, because it's from two sides. This is also late 90s. Yeah, June 1990. I developed the photos, so it must be, I guess, from May or something. Or from later, or maybe the year before, because I had to wait for the photos. I don't know. This is the friend in Hamburg. This is like, he did like a classic graph style, New York old school style, and then I did my style in SEAK style with two E's. It's probably also with other friends. It's also from the late 90s. In Holland, let's pray there's some prejudice. No, I'm not a smoker, but I also smoked in my lifetime also a few joints, but I never could, I can't even roll or anything, couldn't even roll. So this is like the prejudice about Holland, smoking weed, cheese, Dutch people with caravans grazing each other, blockading the street, sex, and windmills, and spray cans. I mean, and a post stamp. It was in Holland. This is in Bielefeld. I named this piece "Urban Butt Plug." The case on the more right. And here it's like "Alles kann, nichts muss." It's a motto from like a couples dating magazine you could get at shady bookstores, and it's called Happy Weekend. Or it's called like that cult, I would say cults magazine for like dating for boomers, and at gas stations and stuff like that. And they had like their own thing. This one that is sponsors stairways in Leverkusen. For blacksmiths in 1990. Nice little style. Beautiful. Similar to this. I should paint in that style more pieces again, just for a revival. This was in Erftstadt in 2000. For this you have to invest a little bit more spray cans than something small like this. And it's always a money question also, painting, because you have to can afford it. So one reason why I'm painting so small was I used my disadvantage, not having any money, being broke, living on EBT levels, to my advantage, which forced me into focus and concentrate and then work detailed, because I still have a problem. I'm challenged with focused or being able to concentrate. I know why it is like that, because Claus Winkler, and the SEAK even amplifies that, steers, benefits, or promotes or seduces me to be very sensitive for every signal or suggestion or aesthetic I'm getting from the outside, because Claus means to steal or to take up. You can interpret it like that, and Winkler sounds like you get like a wink is like a signal, and air is the group, the layer is the group or the air. So, and SEAK is even like I have to look for it, and the K doesn't give you any chance to think about it. So I'm taking up every signal, every nuance, every impulse, and that you have to really learn and cultivate. I have to cultivate my East Prussian stubbornness or my Germanic blood memory to overcome that. And when I was a child, they told me that I have a problem in focusing and concentrating. Well, at some point I was just then reading also just the stuff in books that I liked at home and in the evening. So I was reading like till deep in the night, books after tons of books, but just the stuff I was interested in, which was usually military, historic, and war and stuff like that. So, which was in a way good, because it kind of like weaponized me against anti-German, anti-history, BRW state system and their lies. In self-critique, but I should have read more literature about history, about stuff from before 1945 from Germany in terms of Mein Kampf and stuff like that. But my father told me that I should read the book, but it's super boring. The book Uncle wrote. So but I'm a logical thinking person, so I knew everything, but I didn't know about the activities of certain people and the patterns there. That was a bit, that was, if I would have read that earlier, I would have earlier woken up consciously, but I came to similar conclusions always, and just before, on my own path, with my own with my own skill set, of like deducting letters and patterns and hiding things in plain sight and who are they and stuff like that. But it's, one can't even, the amount of, let's focus here on the art. I'm trying to, it's a nice SEAK, like nice S. I don't know what's a nice SEAK. It's not so graphic and 3D perfect simple as you might desire it, like this, and I can even keep it more simple and more graphic and less detailed. But I also want to know that I can do something dirty and complex and not so appealing like this. And then switch back to, not switch back, but switching to this simple, more aesthetic graphic things. Because I had maybe also had the fear that I can just paint like this and not do the complex or painterly stuff. This is just a fast one from Holland, from Eindhoven. Also late 90s. There you go. So do you see where I'm coming from with my work? If I just would show this work, you would be like, oh yeah, okay. And I painted this, for example. I have no idea he did that. Crazy. Must be a fan who sent me this photo. It's also from 1990. Interesting. I heard that this train ran from north of Italy, from the northeastern Italian border till Naples for like 1.5 years, circa. But I don't know. I never saw this piece before, and I don't know who did that. But it looks like the person did like 2 or 3 of those in one evening or night, somewhere in Italy, I guess. I mean, who that I am that I know this. Yeah. So, you're getting it. So these small pieces are all self-punishment. I'm completely crazy. But yeah, so maybe I did this to become independent from museums, because I never thought that they will, if it doesn't matter how much I cuck, they will never accept me because I'm the homie. Doesn't matter how much I cuck the system, because I'm coming from graph and I'm not one of those chosen artists to be selected, collected by some gallerists. You know, because this is for text fraud, la-di-da-di-da. This is in Rügen, the Hydra, and the Rügen Germanic mythology. So I maybe decided also, okay, let's paint it small. Then I can make myself independent, you know, because even rich people who doesn't give a shit about art and just buy for investment reasons might buy something small and it's super high quality. Plus, then I'm independent from museums, and now I can free speak as I wish and support people like or openly like the work of artists like Handsome Truth, HT from Ozarks, Missouri. I can't say his website here. I don't want to risk my account. This is my garden, the scaffolding. You saw the scaffolding in the other video, and this is also 1990. Because I theoretically everybody can afford this art. This was in Hanover. In 1989. It's interesting. You paint somewhere, no one cares, no one. You're alone. It's like a phantom or like a ghost. I don't know. It's society. Here's I put a SEAK style from a black book sketch on transparent paper from the 90s into it, and this piece is like one of those cardboard pieces I started in 2011 till ever, where I have to learn new things and play with things and break my own taboos. Like a laboratory or something. Cardboard. You all know when I say SEAK, it's SEAK. So This is the background here. Also trying new things. Okay. This is careful. Just have to set an example here. The magic box. Ta-da! Okay. This is a nice piece. What's a nice S? What's the colors? Also late 90s from Münster. There I learned also an interesting lesson of, you write like you never walk alone. And the reality is, of course, self-fulfilling prophecy. I learned there the hard lesson in that time. Because the word never, you can't, if you say something which is not, you can't mention it. So basically if you say a sentence with a neglection or something not, or something to what is not, it always says the opposite. And then I learned the lesson that you walk alone. And it was an interesting education in how people behave. That's, it doesn't matter what people say, you're always alone. And you can never put too much trust in others. And you always have to, you always have to stay safe and trust yourself, if you know what I mean. So maybe if something euphoric like this, this grandeur feelings, thoughts, it's always good to then, at least in my case, maybe it's a warning. Because then it's always like maybe I'm telling myself a comforting lie, which is coping in a way. And it's like a warning signal. This was in Madrid, also in 1998. This was this is experimenting. This is like not just always painting SEAK and this thought process and this pattern, like breaking out, doing something crazy, doing something silly. But even in paintings or in experimental works like this, the security, the staleness, the stifleness creeps in, and then you have to break that up and tricking yourself while you don't want to overpaint parts which are already so detailed, la-di-da-di-da. Then if you do like things like this, you can just do this so far till this kind of looks like obvious and boring or like a pattern. Small a. This is like something that I'm trying to be, I don't know. This is a nice large canvas from 89. Beautiful piece. Here. It was a custom job for blacksmiths, a canvas. Also probably 99, 97, 99, 89. This is in Monheim, a piece. Also late 90s, of course. Sommer 1999. Monheim-Langenfeld. This was in Wiesbaden at the Wall Street meeting. really like this, how this S turned out. Yeah, because it goes in my roots, I guess, in my directions, you know, like this thick spray can, confident. I don't want to say yummy because it makes it makes me takes away any masculinity, but it has some, I don't know, there's too much lightning. I'm putting it here just to have a better photo. The reflection. And that is the right part of the piece I did in late 1990s. One of the pieces I did in Bielefeld at the Hall of Fame at a hip-hop jam. It's interesting, when I see those photos, it's like it was yesterday or just a few hours ago. This was in Karlsruhe. Yeah, I mean, if I, like this raw or simple or painterly but easy painted, not so complicated pieces, like for example, that, like the purple one in the background, I, like a few years ago, I would have been like, oh, I can't paint. I would have like become a depression because it's not so technically advanced. Also because my art taste wasn't sophisticated enough, you know, I probably would be like, oh, Vermeer is boring but good, but Van Gogh is bad and can't paint and it doesn't look good. But with my sophistication, and when you can do certain things, then you also start to appreciate works like these, and then you can understand also people who doesn't like something complicated painted, but prefer something painted like this, and you can accept that both opinions are valid, and this is, yeah. But I don't want to overplay that card too, because I like art too much and all kinds of aesthetics. Plus, I can talk myself into and out of anything. Like this says, "Jetzt ist alles möglich," means now everything possible. Which is kind of like an NPC in a way. I quoted Martin Sellner in a piece, in this piece I kept on painting, which I thought was really the large round piece with all the secret things inside, where I painted like, are we in a birth rate jihad? And then everything means everything except Germans, aka white people, you know? Because, because here the S is kind of like swallowed by brown, and then you have like, jetzt ist alle möglich. Now it's everybody possible, but even the E is already swallowed, so it's like jet or jetzt now, or is all possible. Yeah, but in terms of this, what we're having experience right now in the West, well, we're at the brink of extinction. So no, this is not appropriate, but I play here a role. Can't be too authentic because we're on YouTube, and I'm in Germany with my freedom of speech. So but I can keep it boomer friendly and boomer truth, NPC, semi NPC. In case you're yeah. These are 3 A's. This is a little bit compressed, but it also looks like a face, you know, 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth. Or this could also be a mouth. Things like this are not happening on purpose. They're just by coincidence, because I was just wanting to squeeze in those A's, and yeah, and here for me it's a fun thing to combine it on purpose with all kinds of techniques without a conscious thought or concept, you know. I could have done it all with spray cans, of course, but I also want to keep it interesting, and so I can paint something just with spray cans, or I can also paint something just with spray cans in more details, obviously, or like rough and You know, it's as an artist, it's also about to cut off the rat's tail of other artists which are following you, to survive, while you love the other artist and what they're doing too, and are inspired by it. It's like a contradictive thing, you know. It's oil. Yeah, but this is like this is, I say, Karlsruhe, SEAK style in Karlsruhe. One of many pieces, or a few pieces I did in Karlsruhe. This was in 2000. I guess it was when I was back from Hong Kong. This was in Bonn at the Kunstverein Bonn-Duisdorf, where I had a solo exhibition on the 10th or 9th of September, and on the 11th September I flew to for work, for painting, exhibiting and everything, to Australia, New Zealand. The first tower was collapsing at Central Station, when I was at Central Station in Münster boarding, and a friend on the phone said, soon there will be the second tower will also be a plane jumping inside. And I was like, what, are you playing a video game? And there was basically everything said, because they kind of like did that television failure where they were announcing, or they reported about that the other tower is falling, while, because they prepared everything in advance. Yeah. So many. Let's focus it on the art. If you want to talk about this, you buy a few of my paintings, support me, and then we can chit chat and connect on that level too. And yes, I'm reinvesting my work in also in doing our people or my people activities. This is me painting illegal in daytime in Hong Kong, downtown Hong Kong, in 2000, at the Year of the Dragon. This is at the Hall of Fame in Cologne. Love the red colors. Oh yeah, I have to come up with something here. Nice. Did I already show you the back side? I can also show you the back side. I mean, this is not the back side, but this is like small a's from above. Oh, this is a small e, small a, small a, small a. It looks like running around with their hands up, surrendering, like Italians seeing an American. This is the back side. I showed you that in another video. Feel free to check out the other video. I take a few of those photos of the full box and go into the other room. Here's another piece of me. Let's make some light on. I said, ooh. And here we have another piece. And there you go. So this is from 1990. A SEAK style with a C here, the yellow part, a beautiful K. I would say this is among my best Ks. Also a beautiful piece. If you want to support me, have any work of me on photo, preferable high resolution photos, or want to support me in any way or shape or form, just be, in terms of the German Auftragstaktik, AK, like do it how your inspiration or creativity hits you, and feel free to do what you think is doing me good. Yes. So basically those canvases or my canvases oftentimes are collection of my style and learning my style and or my SEAK styles, but I rarely or often those that I print my name SEAK in connection as a word together is rare, also for composition reasons. But maybe at some stage I will also, because these paintings are also work in progress. I mean, I can tell you what you want, but in the end of the day, in a few weeks, years, months, if this painting is still here, like the other paintings, I will also then keep on painting on this piece just because to take it onto the next level. So, which makes it even more easier to find people who are having the money to give me for those paintings, because I spent so much time into it and no one can afford that. And this is, my aim here is also to collect as much possible techniques and aesthetics and nuances in the same picture. And I started painting this backside, I guess 2013, 14, something like that. 2011. And the main side is from 2009 or 2000. Let's see. There's something. Surprise. It's from 2002. There it is. It's a small E, which looks like the Imperial drone on the ice planet Hoth. Fun fact, I bet you that Spielberg used Hoth, H-O-T-H, that ice planet, based on the name of the German Panzer general who was trying to open up the cauldron of Stalingrad and support the German 6th Army, but couldn't go through. But yeah, it's obvious. I'm not saying that Master Yoda is based on Genrik Jagoda, which was also small, had degenerate feet and a green jacket on, but that would be like hiding the greatest mass killer of the 20th century, one of the greatest mass killer of the 20th century in plain sight as a popular figure. Yeah, it's... Yeah, that's what does the magic box says. Oh, this is basically a K from, unfinished K from when I was painting in Bielefeld. This is a piece I did for Os Gemeos, my colleagues from Brazil, the twins. I swapped with them a canvas. This is a piece I did in Monheim. I think that was also in the Source magazine featured from New York. I had the full page. This is in Luzern in 1997. Like 3D, but also kind of old school or... Yeah, I could keep on keeping on, you know. It's here are some experiments with oil. Love oil. So oil is so great. It's like, I don't know. I'm like a male virgin in its teens, wanting to have its first time, desiring a girl, and that girl is oil. But anyhow, already kissed oil a little bit, but love oil. But it's also super messy. Self-rewarding myself with more work. Yeah, this is the word wir, means we. which I'm starting to like again. For a few years I couldn't see this painting anymore. I was like, ugh, fed up with it. But now, I don't know. It's interesting how opinions change and then change again. So, yeah, see you in the next video. Hope you like it. Thank you for your support. See you soon.